Macy special presentation.
Telecast of the spectacular 72nd annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Today, millions of people from around the world are lining the streets of New York City, anticipating the arrival of the year's most spectacular event. Magnificent floats, fantastic big balloons, hit Broadway musicals, and entertainment's biggest stars. All live as NBC presents Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. You're looking live at Central Park and the Manhattan skyline. It's a rainy day here in New York, but the legendary parade's in place and ready to roll. We now move to New York's famous Herald Square and your hosts, Katie Couric and Matt Lauer.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and welcome to Herald Square. Yes, it is a wet and wild Thursday morning, but we're not going to let it rain on our parade, because Thanksgiving wouldn't be Thanksgiving without a turkey and all the trimmings, or the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and all its trimmings, including floats, balloons, clowns, singing sensation, Broadway shows, and so much more. And for the first year sharing the hosting duties is my Today Show colleague, Matt Lauer.
Thank you very much. It is great to be with you. You know, I grew up in the New York area. I've probably watched this parade on television 30 or 35 times, but I have never come down to Herald Square to actually see it in person. So it'll be my first time broadcasting the parade, my first time seeing it live as well. I'm excited about it.
And, of course, our partner in crime, Al Roker, is uptown because he is an uptown kind of guy. Al, what's happening in your neck of the woods, as you would say?
Happy Thanksgiving! Woo, yeah! I'm telling you, we got an overwhelming sense of anticipation here at 77th and Central Park West. An explosion of color. Fans are waiting to wail. The crowns are itching to start clowning. The balloons are tethered, ready to reawaken everybody's sense of magic. And the lady with the big magic wand, the producer of the big-time events for Macy, Ms. Jean McFadden. How you doing, Jean?
How you doing, Al? What's that here?
Woo, we are ready. Now, give me one word to describe all this.
Oh, Al, I gotta give you two. Exhaustion and exhilaration. It's been 364 days since we did this, and we've had over 4,000 Macy employees working all the time. But believe me, right now, we're exhilarated. We're ready. We're set.
All righty. All right, Katie, Matt, you guys set?
We are, absolutely.
As they say on The Price is Right. Al, Jean, come on down.
All righty, Jean, it is all yours.
Okay, Al, you want to help me start the
I'm
countdown?
ready.
Go? Okay.
Everybody ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's have a parade! Woo! Come on!
Live from New York City, the National Broadcasting Company presents its annual telecast of Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. With your hosts from NBC's Today, America's favorites, Katie Couric, Matt Lauer, and Al Roker. And featuring from stage and screen, Christian Slater, Harry Hatcher, NBC's Will and Grace, Eric McCormick, and Deborah Messing. From News Radio, Dave Foley. Saturday Night Live's Anna Gasteyer, Kathy Rigby, Tom Wopat, Rex Smith, the all-new Captain Kangaroo, John McDonough, the new Addams Family, Douglas Sills, Rachel York, Christy Ann Knoll, the cast of Sesame Street, the Broadway cast of Cabaret, Annie Get Your Gun, Footloose, the Scarlet Pimpernel, the Radio City Rockettes, Recording Stars, In Sync, Monica, 98 Degrees, Chicago, Judy Collins, the Pointer Sisters, Rock cappella, country music stars, Kenny Rogers, Martina McBride, Jody Messina, and Kevin Sharp, plus Joe Torre and members of the 1998 World Champion Yankees and the Toms River East Little League World Champion. Giant character balloons, including Barney, Rugrats, Spider-Man, Garfield, and the debut of Babe, Dexter, Maurice Sendek's Wild Thing, with performances from the animated features, Disney Pixar's A Bug's Life, The King and I, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And to cap it off, that holiday superstar, Santa Claus. All coming your way on Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
The parade is underway uptown, but to kick things off here at Herald Square, more than 600 singers from choral groups all across the country. When do you feel the energy from this high-voltage high school congregation called America Sings?
When these kids aren't making music, they sponsor food drives for the underprivileged and homeless. Right now, America Sings rocks with Big City Beat.
Can you feel the beat? Do you feel the heat? Now against me every time my feet hit the street. It's uptown, down, it's all around that big city beat. Here it bounces off every building, it sounds awfully sweet. There's nothing like the rhythm of that big city beat. Up and down the avenue, folks smoking. Baby, on the town with you, I'm certain this night will never be beat. Beggars, beggars, preachers, gangsters, the poor and the elite get caught up in it day by day, by trolley, train, or subway. Those city folks all make their way to that big city beat. Give me that beat. Give me that beat. Feel the synchronization, constant combination, start your heart racing that beat. Turn the agitation into jubilation, let the rhythm be. What you need to get you through the city, get you from the time you hear the pounding of that beat. Sound that big city beat, yeah. How it gets me every time my feet hit the street. It's uptown, down, it's all around that big city beat. Here it bounces off every building, it sounds awfully sweet. There's nothing like the rhythm of that big city beat. Up and down the avenue, folks walking. Yes, got the heart for the spirit I'm hooking. Baby, on the sound with you, I'm certain this night will never be beat. Everybody here will never stop to hear the pounding of that beat. They're caught up in it day by day, by trolley, train, or subway. Those city folks all make their way to that big city. Feel the synchronization, constant combination, turn the agitation into jubilation. Give me that big city beat. Big city beat.
NBC's telecast of Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is being sponsored in part by the holiday flavors of Kraft. We make it easier so you can make it a holiday. Kraft Foods, let's make something good. By Tyco, who wishes you a happy Thanksgiving. Tyco, maker of Sesame Street toys. And by Cotton Incorporated, who wishes you and your family peace and joy in the holiday season. Cotton, the fabric of our lives. The spectacle is underway. Coming up, the stars of NBC, Will and Grace, Eric McCormick and Deborah Messing, plus a number from the Broadway musical Footloose, when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade continues, live here on NBC.
You're looking at an aerial shot of New York's West Side on Parade Day. It's hard not to use superlatives on a day like this. Pure and simple, it's magnificent. Al Roker, what's a good word uptown?
Katie, this is the beautiful cornucopia float, which is incredible and really symbolic of the whole holiday. And standing next to me, two stars who have a lot to be thankful for this year. They're stars of the NBC hit Will and Grace, Eric McCormick and Deborah Messing. Hi, guys. Welcome.
Hi.
Well, now, Deborah, I know you are a New Yorker.
That's
you were
right.
born here, right?
I was born here, and I went to NYU grad school. This is my home away from home. I actually grew up in Rhode Island.
But now, is this your first parade?
It is. It's the first time I wasn't even a spectator. I used to always just watch it on television, and it's so exciting to be a part of it.
You picked a great year to come out.
I know. What happened? Make the rain go away.
Hitting the host, that's not allowed, is it? Eric McCormick, maybe you'll treat me a little nicer. You're no.
I want to hit you. Can I hit you too?
Go ahead, hit me.
Do it. It's fun.
It is fun. All right. Now, you're from Toronto.
I am, sir.
So now you are our token Canadian?
Yes, we've got a lot of bands and floats from all over the world, and one Canadian guy. That's me.
He had Thanksgiving a couple of weeks
Yeah, so we
ago.
celebrated Thanksgiving a month ago because we knew it was going to rain today.
Oh, in Canada, it was earlier.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right, so you've seen this parade already.
Oh, I've been there. I've done that. I'm just going through the motions.
Well, listen, guys, again, all the best with Will and Grace.
Thanks.
Monday nights on NBC. Thanks for being with us, and have a great parade.
Thank you.
All
You too.
righty.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, let's see what's going on down at Herald Square. Let's go back down to Matt and Katie.
All right, Al, thank you very much. One of the big hit movies of the 1980s just made the big leap to Broadway with some of the most dazzling and energetic young dancers ever seen on the Great White Way. Footloose revolves around a Midwestern town that bans dancing and a young guy from Chicago named Ren who then fights to bring it back.
We should call it the Great Wet Way today. Critics have called the dancing, leaping, flipping, and tumbling jaw-dropping and heart-stopping. Let's watch as Jeremy Kushner as Ren and some dynamic cast members perform the title song from the new Broadway sensation at the Richard Rodgers Theater, Footloose.
Been working so hard, I'm punching my card. 8 hours for what? Oh, tell me what I got. Been working so hard, I'm punching my card. 8 hours for what? For what? Been working too damn hard.
Coming up, hit recording group In Sync and a dazzling number from Broadway's Cabaret when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade continues.
Welcome back, everybody. Have we got a parade for you? Right about now, it's wowing the crowd at 66th Street and Central Park West. Meanwhile, about 10 blocks from there at 77th Street and Central Park West is Al Roker. Al, what's shaking up there?
Well, Katie, the rain is letting up just a little bit up here. That's good news, and the winds have died down a little bit. In addition to the big balloon clowns and the fantastic floats and the bands, this Macy's parade has always attracted top entertainment and top celebrities. This year, certainly no exception. We've been watching some of them board the floats. In fact, there's Babe, big movie star, Babe, taking the city, and he's getting ready to make his way into the parade route. Now, all of the floats are going to have a lot of the biggest names in rock, music, pop, Broadway, films, and television. They're all troopers. They're trying to keep dry, but they will float into Herald Square one way or another, whether they have to use life preservers or not. Count on it. That is one big pig, I'll tell you. But even with this, his tail is still curly, and he is still looking very, very good. We're going to head back down to Herald Square. Katie and Matt, back to you guys.
Lots of action here, Al. Herald Square, Cabaret, Studio 54, Landmarks all. What do they have in common? The Tony Award-winning revival of Cabaret. Set in the decadent Berlin of the 1930s, the show recently moved to Studio 54, the infamous night spot of the 1980s.
And today, Herald Square is the location of the Kit Kat Club. I think that used to be in Times Square. But the number we're about to hear has been toned down several degrees. In fact, it was specially created for our Macy's Parade family audience. Cast members from the smash hit musical Cabaret.
Welcome and bienvenue, welcome. Fremde, étranger, stranger. Glücklich zu sehen, je suis enchanté. Happy to see you, bleib, reste, stay. Welcome and bienvenue, welcome. Im Cabaret, au Cabaret, Cabaret. Meine Damen und Herren, Mesdames und Messieurs, Ladies und Gentlemen, guten Abend, bonsoir, good evening, wie geht's, comment ça va, do you feel good? Oh, I'll bet you do. Ich bin auch Konferencier, je suis votre compère. I am your host und sagen willkommen, bienvenue, welcome im Cabaret, au Cabaret, Cabaret. Oh, outside it is winter, but in here it's so hot. Every night we have to battle with these girls to keep them from taking off all of their clothing. So don't go away, who knows? Tonight we may lose the battle. We are here to serve you.
Stick around for News Radio's Dave Foley, Christian Slater, and Broadway's dashing Scarlett Pimpernel. Coming up next, all live here on NBC.
We're back with some mile-high excitement as you can see some spectacular aerial shots of the parade route from our NBC chopper cam. Welcome back, everybody. Al Roker is uptown, and Al, I understand you have a little trivia quiz for us?
That's right, Katie. As Barney goes enjoying the parade, making his way down Central Park West, let's have a parade. The folks at Macy's first uttered those words in 1924. They paraded 25 live animals from the Central Park Zoo. Can you imagine? Well, obviously neither could the thousands of frightened children who started crying. Well, a year or two later, the problem was solved by using fabulous helium balloons. Of course, the trivia question now is, in a 71-year history of this parade, there was no Macy's parade for 3 consecutive years. Can you guys guess which 3 years?
I think Matt Lauer has the answer to that all-important question.
I was going to guess, and then I thought, why not just read it right off the script here? Al, it's 1942, 1943, and 1944 during the war.
Yes.
When, by the way, Macy's donated 650 pounds of deflated balloons for use in the war effort.
Ding, 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 ding. Go to the head of the class. You are correct, sir.
Funny stuff.
Back to you, Al.
Alrighty, Katie, you know, each year I watch the crowds on the sidelines. I'm amazed. Even with all this bad weather, the crowds are just as big. Usually, the first parade started with 250,000 spectators. Today, we're expecting about 2 million New Yorkers and tourists to line the parade route. They're watching apartments, office windows, rooftops, another 50 million more watching the Emmy. There's some of them looking out the windows now. 50 million more are watching this Emmy award-winning telecast live right here on NBC. All righty, let's head back down to Herald Square and Matt and Katie.
All right, Al, thanks so much. During this telecast, you've heard us refer to the 2.5-mile parade route. Once again this year, we've traced that route from a helicopter with the help of one of the funniest guys around. He stars as Dave Nelson in the NBC comedy News Radio, and he's the voice of Flick in Disney's new animated feature, A Bug's Life. Dave Foley.
And I think we're going to see Dave now. There he is right there, boarding the NBC New York News Chopper 4. And if you can't tell, this is probably one of Dave's first times on a helicopter.
Now, have you ever wondered what route the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade takes as it winds its way through the beautiful city of Manhattan? Well, neither have I. But regardless, I'm sitting in a helicopter, so I'm going to take you on a little tour. There's not much you can do about it. Admit it, you're afraid to turn the TV off. Now, the parade starts at 77th Street and Central Park West, outside the museum, where they inflate the balloons with helium, which, by the way, is a trace element from the Big Bang. Interesting, isn't it? We're passing over the reservoir, which is where New Yorkers come every morning with their buckets to collect their drinking water for the day. Moving south along Central Park again, and as the parade comes past Tavern on the Green, the entire parade will stop for a lovely Thanksgiving Day brunch. Immediately following that, they're back on their way down through Columbus Circle onto Broadway. That's where you see a lot of billboards advertising various television shows, Third Rock from the Sun, Mad About You, and then, of course, you'll notice the surprising absence of any news radio billboards. I can only assume this is the result of vandals who have stolen it. We're getting very close to 34th Street, which is, of course, the location of Macy's, and this is where the parade reaches its climax. Well, Katie, Matt, that's pretty much the route. Back to you.
Well, in the air, in the newsroom, in a canoe, wherever, Dave Foley's a very funny guy.
And a dry guy, which is nice. A little jealous of that. Right now it is showtime. Broadway's The Scarlet Pimpernel tells the classic story of the dashing British hero who leads his compatriots in saving innocent victims from the guillotine during the French Revolution.
The musical has made some history of its own. It opened in November of '97 and now a year later has reopened in a revised production at the Minskoff Theater, which critics are calling remarkable. Let's join Rex Smith, Rachel York, and Tony nominee Douglas Sills as the Scarlet Pimpernel in the stirring number Into the Fire.
David walked into the valley with a stone clutched in his hand. He was only a boy, but he knew someone must take a stand. There will always be a valley, always mountains one must scale. There will always be perilous waters which someone must sail. Into valleys, into waters, into jungles, into hell. Let us ride home again with a story to tell. Into terror, into valor, charge ahead, no, never turn. Yes, it's into the fire we fly, and the devil will burn. You can tremble, you can fear it, but keep your fighting spirit alive, boys. Let the shiver of it sting you, fling into battle, spring to your feet, boys. Never hold back your stand for a moment. Never doubt that your courage will grow. Hold your head even higher and into the fire we go. Vengeance victorious, these are the glorious days. Women of Paris, come gather your bloody bouquets. Now gaze on our goddess of justice with her shimmering, glimmering blade. As she kisses these traitors, she sings a last serenade. Sing, swing, savor the stage as she severs you, Madame Guillotine. Slice from paradise, our Delilah will shave you razor clean. Let the lightning strike, let the flash of it shock you. Choke your fears away, pull as tight as a wire. Let the fever spike, let the force of it rock you. We will have our day sailing into the fire.
Listen to me, I have beautiful dreams I can spin you. Dreams to linger within you. Close your eyes and we'll ride my carousel. Come, let's believe love can be just as sweet as it seems. Let's live on dreams. In my dreams, such beautiful lovers have found me. Storybook lovers surround me. Nothing is real, but I'm flying, crying. Where is my storybook ending? Where is my golden pretending? Leaving with nothing to hold back my dreams.
Someone has to save the
Into
Coming up, members of the world champion Yankees, Christian Slater and those amazing Rockettes, when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade continues.
Welcome back, everybody. The parade has been spotted at 50th Street and Broadway. Even from way up there, you can see the action and color of this whole exciting event. And it's all what it's cracked up to be, believe me. Exciting, a word used a lot on a day like this. Just look at the faces of the folks lining the streets. Even with umbrellas, they are still having a great time. That really defines it all. The feeling's especially high for the 2,000 young people who are in our marching bands. You know, some of them have never been to New York. Others have never even been on a plane. Well, for these kids, performing in Macy's Parade is like the World Series, the Academy Awards, New Year's Eve, and the Super Bowl all rolled up into one mesmerizing morning. So let's check out what's going on now downtown at Herald Square. Let's go back to Matt and Katie.
Thank you, Al. Well, we're sitting with a guy who is one of Hollywood's top young stars, Christian Slater, looking like a New York Yankee wannabe this morning. How are you, Christian?
Big fan.
Very good to see you. How do you like this parade? I know you're a native New Yorker.
Yeah, born and raised in New York originally, and I'm just really thrilled to be a part of it. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. I know that you were in A Christmas Carol at Radio City when you were just a young lad.
I was 12 years old. I was really into the holiday spirit then. We had to do 5 performances of that show a day, and I was Tiny Tim's older brother, and I was in the living nativity scene.
So that's what I call paying your dues. But this is your first Macy's Parade, right?
Yeah. I've never been up early enough before in my past, so it's really an honor to be here this time.
It's got to be nice just for you to have a day off. You've been busy. You've got a new movie in the theaters, Very Bad Things, but also on Broadway, you're at the Golden Theater in Sideman. What's that about?
It's all about jazz and families and communication. It's really a lovely, lovely show.
Well, I know you've been getting terrific notices, so congratulations on that. Best of luck with Sideman.
Thank you very much.
And your new movie called
Very Bad Things. You play one weird dude.
I play a real crazy guy. That's why I think it's important to come see Sideman, because I play a really nice boy in that. So you kind of get both sides.
The yin and yang of Christian Slater.
Exactly.
Thanks, Christian. Thanks for stopping by.
Good seeing you. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
All right, get ready. It's time for more entertainment. For more than 6 decades, the Radio City Christmas Spectacular, starring the Rockettes, has been a holiday tradition for millions of people. Now the holiday magic can be enjoyed nationwide as this world-famous dance team kicks up a storm in cities all across the country. Putting their best feet forward, the world-famous Radio City Rockettes.
Saturday Night Live's Anna Gasteyer, and later Big Bird, Garfield, and a number from Disney's A Bug's Life, all live here on NBC.
You're looking at a fantastic aerial view of this whole extravaganza from the sky down here on Earth. Whatever your vantage point, it's absolutely breathtaking. The crowds are having a wonderful time, and for many of them, the magic actually begins the night before the parade.
It is a wonderful New York evening, Katie. Each year, the annual inflation of the balloons takes place uptown on 77th Street, and it always brings out hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers and tourists watching Macy's volunteers uncrate a pile of something they call urethane-coated nylon and then turn it into a character. The height of a 9-story building is something incredible. Watch this. Spider-Man starts out flat on his stomach. Not too awesome looking, but he's about to become the longest balloon in the parade, 78 feet. The Macy's inflation crew covers our superhero from head to toe in netting. That's so they can keep him grounded while they pump him up. And here's how that heap of fabric turns into a hunky hero. First, the Macy's team pumps helium into his chest. Next, his thighs and hips. Then into his head. And arms. And then 8,300 cubic feet of helium later, voila, Spider-Man is ready for action as the Macy's Parade's official superhero.
Matt, Spider-Man rules.
He is the king, and all the big balloons will be arriving at Herald Square not too far from now. But in the meantime, let's go uptown and check in again with Al Roker. Al?
Alrighty, thanks a lot, Matt. And just coming down is NSYNC, my daughter Courtney's favorite group. They are big, 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 but also big, big, big. Now that all the floats and bands have left the starting gate, we've got a big star from Saturday Night Live, Anna Gasteyer. Anna, welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm flattered that you call me a big star.
Well, you are a big star on that SNL. We love that, and we love the fact that you have so many great characters, from Hillary Clinton to Celine Dion to Martha Stewart. Which one do you really get a kick out of doing?
Oh, I love all of them. I've just had a lot of fun with Celine Dion recently, though, because she's all over the place, and you know, singing her duet. She just had her television special last night, and it's very fun to grow with her as she grows and changes and brings very special things to everybody.
In fact, the bigger she gets, the more times you get to play her.
Exactly.
More airtime on Saturday Night Live.
Exactly.
I like that a lot. Now, you must get a lot of requests for your little spoof with Mary Jo.
Margaret Jo, yeah.
Jo, I should say.
Oh, yeah, especially this time of year. It's a really fun one because it's, you know, Thanksgiving. It's all about food, and they like to keep it as calm and as sensible as possible. So I'm sure Margaret Jo right now is cooking up a very bland turkey for all of us.
So is this your first Thanksgiving Day parade?
Yeah, well, I went a long time ago. The only thing I remember is Evel Knievel, which was the highlight of my life at that time.
Man, I wish I had seen that.
Yeah, it was exciting. Someone, everybody jumped up, someone spilled their coffee on me, the whole deal. It was a thrill of a lifetime.
You live both in New York and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Must be kind of a thrill being here.
It's great. I grew up in D.C., and I really feel like this time of year is best spent on the East Coast. It's nice and cold and gross and rainy, and it's exactly what you want to do to make cranberry sauce and, you know, the whole deal. Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. So.
Anna Gasteyer from Saturday Night Live. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
the rest of your Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. All righty. Katie and Matt, after I finish squeegeeing the street here, I'm going to be heading down, grabbing a cab, and seeing you at Herald Square. So stay warm and stay dry.
We await your arrival, Al.
The parade's almost at Herald Square. Up next, Tom Wopat and the cast of Annie Get Your Gun, all live here on NBC.
On this rainy Thanksgiving morning, the parade is approaching 38th Street and Broadway, just a few blocks behind us here at Herald Square, and that has the folks down here excited. In the few minutes it will take to get those folks from there to here, we still have plenty of action because Annie Get Your Gun is the story of backwoods riflewoman Annie Oakley, who outshoots and then falls in love with ace marksman Frank Butler. The legendary Irving Berlin musical Made New Again is taking aim at Broadway in February at the Marquis Theater with style and sass and some legendary show tunes.
One of my all-time favorites. And Tom Wopat stars as Annie's sharpshooting rival and ultimate paramour, Frank. I guess you can get a man with a gun. Here's Tom with cast members from Annie Get Your Gun singing the show's blockbuster, There's No Business Like Show Business.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you open and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they've hung a star. Let's go on with the show. The cowboys, the wrestlers, the tumblers, the clowns, the roustabouts that move the show at dawn.
The music, the spotlights, the people, the towns, your baggage with the labels pasted on.
The sawdust and the horses and the smell.
The towel you've taken from the last hotel.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything inside you starts to shake up when your picture in the news appears. And the thrill each morning when you wake up with doubts of makeup behind your ears. There's no people like show people, they don't run out of dough. Angels come from everywhere with lots of jack, and when you lose it, there's no attack. Where could you get money that you don't get back? Let's go on with the show. There's no business like show business like no business I know. No business I know. There's no business like show business. Like business like show business. Like no business like no. There's no business like show business. Business like show business. Show business. Show business. Show business. Show business. There's no business like show business. Show business. Show business. Show business like show business. Show business like show business. Like no business I know. There's no business like show business. Like no business I know. Traveling through the country is so thrilling. So standing out in front of open skies. Smiling as you watch the benches filling. And there's a building out there in lights. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Even with the turkey that you know you may be stranded out in the cold. Still you wouldn't change it for us at the boat. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the show.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is moments away from Herald Square with country star Martina McBride and the debut of the Dexter Balloon. Katie and Matt will take you up close when the big moment arrives. Next, here on NBC.
Even with the turkey that you know will go, you may be stranded out in the cold. Still you wouldn't change it for us at the boat. Let's go on with the show. Let's go
Thanksgiving Day Parade has arrived at Herald Square.
The sound of sirens belongs to the NYPD's motorcycle unit as our men in blue escort our officials through what has become a cavalcade of clowns and confetti.
And ushering in the parade, two Macy's executives, Joe D'Onofrio and Craig Miller, two of the Grand Fromages, big cheeses at Macy's. You can't see them, but they're there. And another official of sorts, the happiest balloon of the Great White Way. That is Chloe the Clown, of course. She symbolizes the artistic tradition of clowning around in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Things are definitely heating up on Herald Square, which I'd say is just fine, by Franklin, Tennessee's Marching Rebel Band. When they were here back in 1989, believe it or not, it snowed on their parade. This time, director Wayne Simpson's band members came prepared with hand warmers and some throwaway raincoats, which come in handy today. Let's listen as the Franklin High School Band keeps the heat going with that showstopper from the Music Man, 76 trombones. This has to be such a thrill for these young people. Katie, as you know, today's high school marching bands work all year long just to earn the money, not only for this trip to New York, but for parades and competitions all across the country. And not surprisingly, they often return to their hometowns sporting a pretty nice trophy. But to many bands, this parade is the centerpiece of a year of performing.
You're absolutely right, Matt. However, we try not to use the word centerpiece around this guy. Tom Turkey survived 27 Thanksgiving dinners, and he's back in the parade with wings flapping, eyes rolling, and head bobbing. Gobbling up more than her share of attention is country star Martina McBride with Happy Girl.
I used to live in a darkened room, had a face of stone and a heart of glue. Lost my hope, I was so far gone, crying all my tears with the curtains drawn. I didn't know until my soul broke free. I've got these angels watching over me. Oh, watch me go, I'm a happy girl. Everybody knows that the sweetest thing that you'll ever see in the whole wide world is a happy girl. Laugh when I feel like it, cry when I feel like it. That's just how my life is. That's how it goes. Oh, watch me go. I'm a happy girl, and I've come to know that the world won't change just 'cause I complain. Let the axis twirl. I'm a happy girl.
The Big Bird Balloon. NBC's Will and Grace, Eric McCormick and Deborah Messing, Kenny Rogers, and a number from Sesame Street when the parade continues live here on NBC.
Welcome back, everybody. The holiday spirit's high on 34th Street, where the professor has lined up his alphabet clown blocks to spell it out for us. Happy Thanksgiving from Macy's Parade. I'm Katie Couric, along with today's co-host and my co-host from today, Matt Lauer. So what do you think of all this parade business,
It's
Matt?
wet. It's very wet, but it's still a lot of fun. I tell you, my family always warned me that one day I'd be on the street, and apparently they were right. First with the Today Show crowds on 49th Street, now with the folks here in Herald Square.
But no matter how cynical and jaded you get in your old age, and I mean both of us, it does make you feel like
I prefer middle age.
It makes you feel like a kid again, doesn't it?
It really does. It's incredible. The excitement is wonderful. Even the bad weather can't dampen the spirits.
That's right. Winging his way down Broadway behind the real Big Bird is Big Bird Balloon, making his 11th appearance in Macy's Parade. Balloon's bird's 10 times wider and 8 times taller than his fine feathered counterpart, tall enough to place the star on top of the big tree at Rockefeller Center.
Furnished by Children's Television Workshop, Big Bird is Sesame Street's every kid. He's helped teach kids how to read and play together over the past 30 years. And in the process, Katie, he's helped bring 71 Emmys home to Sesame Street. And Katie, when it comes right down to it, the ABCs of long-lasting television can be summed up in 2 words: Sesame Street. This year, our friends are aboard a new float celebrating Sesame Street's 30th season, furnished by Children's Television Workshop. Its theme is Friends for Life, and the float's designed to depict that famous neighborhood as a child's crayon drawing.
Let's listen as cast members join our forever young old friends Bert and Ernie, Cookie Monster, and Big Bird in an anniversary rendition of a Sesame Street classic, Sing.
Sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong, sing of good things, not bad, sing of happy, not sad, sing a song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Sing a song. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la.
They are singing in the rain, and I'm not sure they're feeling like Gene Kelly this morning. We want to say a huge thank you to all the great sports who have been out here and are still participating in the parade. All the marching bands, the singers, the Broadway performers. Our hats off to you all.
Not to mention the NBC technical crew. They've been out here all night in many cases in some pretty nasty weather, and they are doing a wonderful job. We certainly appreciate that.
We salute all of you. Meanwhile, playing in the presidential inaugural parade, honoring their state's favorite son, had to be a proud moment for Arkansas's Fayetteville High School band. They sponsored a 10-mile walkathon to raise funds to get to this 2.5-mile marchathon.
The folks back home say, remember us to Herald Square, as director Barry Harper's Marching Bulldog Band stirs it up with Give My Regards to Broadway. Those kids from Arkansas are great. I hope they're having a good time. And by the way, this is a good time to recognize Macy's band captain, Ann Rice Cooper. Just to explain, each of our marching bands has an employee volunteer captain who acts as a host while the group is in New York.
They make sure a good time is had by all. Meanwhile, a beautiful harvest defines Thanksgiving aboard the cornucopia float. The Horn of Plenty overflows with goodies of the season. On board, a couple of goodies from TV's fall season. They have a successful new series to be thankful for. The stars of NBC's hit sitcom Will and Grace, Eric McCormick and Deborah Messing.
By the way, the fruit on that float looks almost edible, and the costumes are great, too. And Eric and Deborah look great.
You know, Macy's costume department actually dresses over 4,000 employees on parade morning, and that's more costumes than in all the shows on Broadway combined.
Still to march, Hot Superstars, 98 Degrees, Kathy Rigby. Up next, Babe the Pig Balloon and a number from The King and I. Don't miss a beat.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a great Thanksgiving so far, that you're home with your family, dry and warm, and the smell
Smelling that turkey in the oven.
making its way through your house right
We're
now.
jealous.
Meanwhile, the setting on Broadway is a regal one, afloat recreating the Royal Palace and magnificent gardens of the King of Siam. It's furnished by Morgan Creek Productions.
Come Easter of 1999, The King and I emerges as a brand new full-length animated feature with Broadway's Christiane Knoll providing the singing voice for Mrs. Anna. Right now, Christiane is joined by all the King's kids and a favorite from the Rodgers and Hammerstein classic, of course, Getting to Know You.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you like me, getting to know you, putting it my way, but nicely. You are precisely my cup of tea. Getting to know you, getting to feel free and easy. When I am with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy because of all the usual and new things I learn about you day by day.
Here are some characters kicking back on the holiday. The Mad Hatter on a very sluggish Mr. Snail from Alice in Wonderland.
Meanwhile, ready for a little ham on Turkey Day, Matt?
Yeah, when pigs fly.
Well, then feast your eyes on that irresistible piglet and film sensation Babe. Ear to ear, he's as wide as the wingspan of a Cessna 150. Babe's the first of 3 brand new giant balloons in this year's parade.
That is one very pudgy piglet. Balloon Babe's the size of 3 movie screens. I'll guess all Babe's co-stars at Hoggett's Farm are watching his parade debut, especially his adopted mom Fly and his neurotic friend Ferdinand.
I'm sure they're very proud indeed. Everyone remembers Farmer Hoggett won Babe at a county fair when he guessed his weight. Our best guess about this Babe's weight? Try 464 pounds, 30 times heavier than Babe in the movie.
And we want to tell you that our lovable piglet was furnished by Universal Pictures and is currently making kids of all ages squeal with delight in the new movie Babe, Pig in the City.
More Broadway shows, plus Barney, the all-new Captain Kangaroo, and the Pointer Sisters, when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade returns, live here on NBC.
Welcome back to Herald Square. Well, it's still a crisp 52 degrees, but you know what they say, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. And man, is it humid today, 100%. No matter how you slice it, Macy's clown captain Arlene Paternostro is having a delicious time with one bodacious birthday cake and some clowns who really know how to party.
Looks tasty, and that cake's just in time. The purple one himself celebrates his 10th anniversary aboard Barney's gingerbread house, furnished by Lyric Studios. I hope Barney doesn't have a sweet tooth, Matt.
Well, our research says that Barney brushes after every meal and has not missed a checkup in 200 million years. Here's Barney with the song, If All the Raindrops.
If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. Standing outside with my mouth open wide, If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. Okay, now, how about snowflakes? Yum! If all the snowflakes were candy bars and milkshakes, oh, what a snow that would be! Standing outside with my mouth open wide, If all the snowflakes were candy bars and milkshakes, oh, what a snow that would be! Oh, very good! Now, let's try it one more time! If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. Standing outside with my mouth open wide, If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops.
And with a few more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches under his belt, the Barney balloon, that prehistoric purple people pleaser, furnished by Lyric Studios. Try saying that.
There's a tongue twister, wasn't it? Everybody's favorite T-Rex is roaming down Broadway for his 5th stupendous year, Katie.
And Barney thinks giving hugs is super-de-duper, and his young friends agree. Boy, although you'd have to climb 6 flights of stairs to throw your arms around this Barney. Do you know where Barney lives, Matt? Don't even think about saying Jurassic Park.
Then I'm out of guesses, no.
All right, well, Barney actually lives in your imagination.
That was my second choice.
Marietta, Georgia's Walton High School Marching Band performed in the opening and closing ceremonies for the Atlanta Olympics. Now, under the direction of Bob Coles, this court-style band in red, white, and blue goes for the gold with music by an Olympian talent. Let the music begin as Walton plays Elton. John, that is. All of us join Walton High in saluting director Bob Coles. He's putting down his baton after 24 years as the first and only director of this fabulous Raiders band. And they are terrific, aren't they?
Congratulations to him. By the way, I've been waiting for this next moment all morning. It is time for our very first Falloon, the magical world of Mother Goose.
You're very broken up about this. It's always kind kind of emotional. Why don't you explain to the folks at home, Matt, what a balloon is?
I'll try my best. A balloon is a combination float and balloon. Now, the balloon part is filled with cold air so it doesn't fly, which is probably just fine with a 3-story high Humpty Dumpty who sways back and forth on his wall. Just below, his storybook pals do their own legendary things.
And making the magical journey, John McDonough, the all-new Captain Kangaroo and the first ever national ambassador for Reading is Fundamental.
The Garfield balloon, rock stars 98 degrees, and in sync. The parade marches on live here on NBC.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 72nd annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, adding to the merriment of the moment, a guy who's definitely come out of his shell. Get it?
Yeah.
Mr. Peanut takes center stage of his own 3-ring circus with more clowns and seals and a 20-foot-long elephant who never forgets his routine. Mr. Peanut's circus is furnished by the Planters Company, of course.
That's right. And aboard the float, a group record buyers are nuts about, ready to raise a few temperatures with their big hit, Because of You. Here are R&B stars, 98 Degrees.
It's on, it's on, it's on. You're my sunshine after the rain. You're the cure against my fear and my pain. 'Cause I'm losing my mind when you're not around. It's all, it's all, it's all because of you. You're my sunshine. Oh yeah, baby, I really know by now. Since we met that day, you showed me the way. I felt it then, you gave me love I can't describe. How much I feel for you. I said, baby, I should have known by now. Should have been right there whenever you gave me love. And if only you were here, I'll tell you, yes, I'll tell you, oh yeah, yeah. Sunshine after the rain. You're the cure against my fear and my pain. 'Cause I'm losing my mind when you're not around. It's all, it's all, it's all because of you.
Well, because of some of the high winds this morning, some of our large character balloons won't be coming down the line of march, but thanks to the wonders of videotape, we're going to be enjoying how they look in a previous year's parade. And of course, everyone knows that cats do not like water anyway, Matt. But as we see, enjoying life in the laid-back lane, America's favorite fat cat, Garfield, furnished by Paws Incorporated. Garfield might feel a little extra smug today. Well, it would have been his 15th parade appearance.
Actually, this was kind of a birthday year, too, because he celebrated his 20th birthday. That's how long ago it was that he was born in Mama Leone's kitchen, and then, of course, introduced to his favorite food, lasagna. And how do you suppose he celebrated that birthday?
Gee, I don't know, by taking a long nap, I think.
Coming up, Judy Collins and pop recording star Monica when the parade continues on NBC.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, he may have crossed the Delaware. My lips are soggy.
It was during a war, though.
Aboard a ship. He probably feels like he's crossing a river today. But in this case, George Washington, General George, trots down Broadway on horseback thanks to the New York Historical Society and the Mount Vernon Ladies Association, preserving our musical heritage. 40 members of field music of the American Revolution, led by co-directors Gary Orwald, and Terry Wellman.
By the way, a little current event we should tell you about, that right now there's a terrific collection of George Washington artifacts from Mount Vernon touring the country. They're at the New York Historical Society now, and then they'll make the way across this nation.
All sorts of interesting artifacts are included in that tour, including George's choppers, right?
That's right, which are not made of wood. They're actually made of cow's teeth and ivory and some human teeth. There's some lead around the edges, but they are not wooden choppers. Talk about sleeping in. Look who forgot to hit the snooze button this morning. It is Rip Van Winkle on the Wakin' Up float, furnished by Folgers Coffee.
According to the legend, Rip's been asleep for 20 long years. Sounds good to me, which means he knows absolutely nothing about email or tofu in the shape of a turkey.
He is waking up just in time for Turkey, Macy's Parade, and a rousing song by the a cappella group Rockapella, featured for 5 years on the PBS series Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Time to wake up with Rockapella.
Hey, wake up and hear sound in your ear. You're saving it up. Come on if you can. Tapping on the sound, spinning around, through it up from below. Yeah. Don't look for something, ain't nothing between. God only is going on. Hey, wake up and hear sound in your ear. Ain't nothing but this. Have you got the time to reach inside of you and grab a still beating heart and let it cry? I recommend you wear it out while it's still beating on. Really go on, you gotta scream for your life, yeah. Hey, 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 you won't get away. Hey, hey, wake up and hear the sound in your ear. It's saving it up. Tap into the sound, spinning around, through it up from below. Ooh, don't look for something, ain't nothing between. Get on the what's going on. Hey, wake up and hear the sound in your ear. Ain't nothing but this. Wake up.
Rockapella. Meanwhile, up the river, these literally drums signal the arrival of Soaring Spirit. The canoe float is a celebration of Native American art and culture. The traditional Indian designs, Matt, are absolutely spectacular.
And a canoe is appropriate for today. Soaring Spirit rows gently down the stream with some familiar faces, none more familiar than Judy Collins, an American original and a passionate voice for all people, one of our great friends on the Today Show as well. Let's listen as this inspiring performer, author, and composer sings The Fallow Way.
I learned to love the fallow way when winter draws the valley down and stills the rivers in their storm and freezes all the little brooks. Time when our steps slow to the song of falling flakes and crackling flames, when silver stars are high and still, deep in the velvet of the sky. The crystal times, the silent times, I learned to love their quiet breaths, while deep beneath the glistening snow, the black earth dreams of violets. I learned to love the fallow times. No drummer comes across the plain to tell of triumph or of pain. No word of far-off battle's cry to draw me out or draw me nigh. I learned to love the fallow way and listen for the blossoming of my own heart once more in spring. As sure as time, as sure as snow, as sure as moonlight and of stars, the fallow time will fall away. The sun will bring an April day, and I will summer's way.
More parade magic with Broadway's Peter Pan, Kathy Rigby, and still to come, hit recording group Chicago and Spider-Man, when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade returns live here on NBC.
Welcome back to Herald Square, where it's a bit on the rainy side, but 53 degrees, so it's warming up. We've got the perfect hot appetizer on Turkey Day, served up by the Banda Escolar de Guinea on their first Macy's parade appearance. Let's listen as this show band from Puerto Rico whips up a little chips and salsa under the direction of Edgardo Arlequin. Mood yet?
Well, we have that tropical rainforest feel going, so yeah, not bad.
You're getting there, aren't you? Well, think balmy breezes and check out our tropical fruit clouds. Leading our luscious parading pineapples is a Carmen Miranda lookalike, Macy's captain, Fran Carney.
Meanwhile, Broadway soars to Neverland in Peter Pan's pirate ship, furnished by Ocean Spray Cranberries. Complete with Peter, Wendy, lots of pirates, and plenty of kids having so much fun they may never grow up. Their leader has plenty to crow about. She's starring in the Broadway production of Peter Pan, the forever young and very talented Kathy Rigby.
I gotta grow. I'm just the cleverest fella 'twas ever my fortune to know. I'm taught a trick to my shadow will stick to the tip of my toe. I gotta grow. I gotta brag. I think it's sweet I have fingers and feet I can wiggle and wag. I can climb trees and play tag with the breeze in the meadows below. I gotta grow. If I were a very ordinary, everyday thing, I'd never be heard cock-a-doodling around like a bird. So naturally, when I discovered the cleverness of a remarkable me, how can I hide it when deep down inside it just tickles me so that I gotta let go and
Up next, the Alpha Balloon plus recording stars Jody Messina and In Sync when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade continues.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we love a parade, and we love a crowd that loves a parade on a day like this.
I think they're thinking, why even go home? They're wet already. They can't get any wetter.
Just one big giant shower, right? a group shower. Meanwhile, move over Leonardo DiCaprio. Look who's gone Hollywood. The M&M Studios float is furnished by M&M's chocolate candies and features a Titanic-sized movie camera.
Ready for their close-ups, the red and yellow M&M's characters. Meanwhile, the red, green, blue, and yellow Hollywood stars sing backup for Five Guys millions of females are sweet on. This Orlando, Florida-based group is tearing up the charts with their #1 hit, Tearing Up My Heart. And they'll do it one more time. In sync.
Well, now New York's West Side gets a touch of the Old West with a special Texas medley moseying on down Broadway from the Lone Star State. Jerry Hale's Kilgore College Band, joined by the Kilgore College Rangerettes under the direction of Dana Blair.
We were just commenting that we can't do a split like that. I'm not sure I'd want to do it if I could do it.
I know, bless their hearts.
Anyway, they needed an animal as strong as an ox to pull the westward hoe float. This Texas-sized Conestoga wagon is an amazing creation from the craftsmen at Macy's Design Studios. And hitching a ride is a Boston native gone country singer with plenty of energy, attitude, and by the way, a #1 single called I'm All Right, Jody Messina.
Well, it's been a long time, glad to see your face. I knew we'd meet again another time, another place. Can't believe it's been so many years. You better grab a chair and a couple of beers. Looking good in your three-piece suit. You know I always knew you'd take the business route. You were always the one to follow the light, and you look like you're doing all right. Yeah. Been singing for my rent and singing for my supper. I'm above the below and below the upper. I'm stuck in the middle where money gets tight, but I guess I'm doing all right. It's a beautiful day, not a cloud in sight, so I guess I'm doing all right. Oh, I'm all right. I got a good old friend here with me tonight, and I guess I'm doing all right. Well, we had a lot of
Now, Matt, 18 million readers know that, hey, it's a wonderful kind of day now that Arthur, that academic aardvark, makes his second march down Broadway. It's a wonderful show on PBS, and the Arthur balloon is furnished by Little Brown Children's Publishing Company. There you see him, Matt.
Katie, at 32 feet wide, Arthur can't even fit through the New York Public Library doors. They have to bring books out to him. And by the way, speaking of books, more than 450 books can fit into that cool red knapsack he's wearing.
He's going to be very busy doing some serious reading. He's actually half as high as that amazing New York landmark, the Public Library. Arthur is all about the challenges of childhood, about looking and feeling different, and about learning self-respect and respect for others.
Let's go to the tail of the tape. His favorite foods, cheeseburgers, pizza, and chocolate cake. But he keeps a check on that 62-foot waist by playing his favorite sport, which is soccer. And it took fabric the length of 8 soccer fields to create our roly-poly version of this aardvark.
Personally, I'm a big fan of his sister, D.W. Meanwhile, as Arthur rounds 34th Street, we're reminded that next spring, Macy's front door will be a spruced-up park with more trees and flowers and benches, thanks to a $30 million gift to the city from the 34th Street Partnership. A new Herald Square, the same grand old landmark.
The Peter Rabbit Balloon, a number from Disney's A Bug's Life, plus the Pointer Sisters. The spectacle goes on live here on NBC.
Welcome back to Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I can't believe this is actually my 7th year doing the parade at the risk of sounding like a Campari ad. How's your first time?
I'm loving it. I told you at the beginning I'd never even been down to Herald Square for the parade before. I can't believe how close the balloons come. Arthur almost kicked us in the head when he went by a second ago.
I know, he was flying pretty low, wasn't he? Meanwhile, back on the parade route, the clowning around is fit for a king. The jester clowns recreate the lighter side of the Middle Ages.
Is there really a lighter side to being middle-aged? It's a question we ask all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, Matt. Let me know. Meanwhile, Walt Disney Pictures furnishes us with the float PT's Flea Circus to celebrate the Thanksgiving release of Disney Pixar's animated movie, A Bug's Life.
The stage is set for the greatest little show in the parade, an epic in miniature proportions number called Flick's Machine, featuring Flick, a character from A Bug's Life.
Ladies and gentlemen, larvae of all stages, rub your legs together for the world's greatest bug circus!
Just look at this colony. Amazing.
Ta-da!
This is too good to be true.
Katie, it's a holiday for everyone. Even the bugs are having a good time on Thanksgiving.
That's right. Those kids look like they were having an absolute ball. Not a bad way to spend Thanksgiving morning. And by the way, the ladybugs and the ants and bees aboard PT's Flea Circus float were all from Long Island's June Clare School of Dance.
And following close behind is Heimlich the Caterpillar, a falloon. That colorful character from the movie A Bug's Life gets his chance to star on television today in the Macy's Parade.
By the way, Matt, the buzz about that movie is really positive. Get it?
Very good.
Heimlich is wonderful, inching toward 34th Street in a rather slow maneuver. Heimlich, the caterpillar.
I got that
Maneuver,
one, too.
Heimlich. Get it?
Not lost on me.
By the way, did I mention you're looking your usual dapper self this morning, Mr. Lauer?
It takes you almost 2 hours to notice that. Why you bring that up now?
I'm really sorry, but I'm not sure if this guy won the GQ Man of the Year award like you did, you groovy guy, but you should check him out. Hopping off the pages of Beatrix Potter's 1902 classic, The Tale of Peter Rabbit is the dapper bunny himself, furnished by Frederick Warren and Company. Peter's got it down, smart blue jacket, persimmon-colored hanky. The slippers, this is a look you should definitely consider, Matt.
I'll be in my slippers in about an hour, Katie. After 96 years, Peter's favorite salad bar is still Mr. McGregor's Garden. Our 443-pound balloon may not be as speedy as Storybook Peter, but he's managed to dodge his nemesis, Mr. McGregor, along the parade route for the third consecutive year.
Mr. McGregor, by the way, would need a pretty big cage to contain this rabbit. He's twice as big as the school bus.
All right, we know about A Bug's Life. How about a movie called A Band's Life? Act 1, a Southern California group scores as official band for the '84 Olympics. Act 2, the Torrance Teens become the most widely traveled group in the USA and then play more than 14 foreign countries. Act 3, the big finish. West High School marches in the Macy's Parade under the direction of Jim Bannon. Hooray for Hollywood, lights, cameras, and music.
Kenny Rogers sings, Spider-Man spins a web, and don't forget Santa. More holiday magic when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade continues on NBC.
Welcome back to a damp edition of Macy's 72nd Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And take a look at the site you're just in time for. How many kids do you think we're looking at?
Well, I don't know, Matt, but it looks like enough to start a sixth borough. Actually, they number 850. Mike Miller and Associates furnishes us with these high school cheerleader captains from all 50 states, Canada, the Panama Canal, and even Europe. The Universal Cheer and Dance Association celebrates the 100th anniversary of the creation of Greater New York City and the 100th anniversary of what else?
Cheerleaders.
So, give me a U, give me a C, give me a D, give me an A. What do you got?
Oopta.
No.
Uma, Oprah.
The Universal Cheer and Dance Association salute you impudent co-host. Staged by Bill Ahern and Liz Blatcher-Ruffino.
Okay. We are. This is your year. 100 years and counting. Hey, let's cheer. Yes, let's hear for Manhattan, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten Island, and Queens. Excitement and energy. The city of dreams. Uptown, downtown. Let's celebrate. All across the city. Hey, New York, you're great.
Especially when you consider that they all got together for the very first time last Saturday. They rehearsed something like 15 hours to polish and perfect their performance.
We've been working together for 5 years, and every once in a while we still bump into each other outside the Today Show window. Imagine how Mike Miller and his staff keep 850 young people from running into each other in a space like Herald Square.
I know, they're really amazing.
And we should tell you that we really missed one little Katie Couric from the days of her cheerleading. That would have made it 851 upbeat people.
Well, beat up people. You definitely would have seen us running into each other if I had been involved in that number. I'm afraid I've hung up my pom-poms and no wisecracks.
I won't say a word. I need this job. Unfortunately, before the parade, the Spider-Man balloon developed a technical problem, so we're going to show you Spider-Man on tape from a previous parade.
Spider-Man wasn't always a superhero. He started out as freelance photographer Peter Parker, who was bitten by a radioactive spider. Ouch! And as Spider-Man can fling a web from his wrist big enough to catch a blimp.
It's a good thing he's not a rock star, because it would take 3 stretch limos to chauffeur our hero to where the action is. Spider-Man's furnished by Marvel Comics.
In the wake of our fighter for justice, a world-famous symbol, the Statue of Liberty float furnished by GMC Trucks. When it comes to patriotism, the Lady in the Harbor is head and shoulders above the rest.
This is what you call pulling out all the stops, Katie. Lady Liberty, 10 Uncle Sams, and the Little League World Champions from Toms River, New Jersey, the Beasts from the East, as they're called, who beat Japan to win their world title.
Congratulations to them once again. All we need now is a song called Heroes. It's sung by superstar Kenny Rogers from his hit holiday musical at the New York Beekman Theater, Christmas from the Heart.
Heroes, we all need heroes. Someone to believe in, someone who believes in you. That's why they're heroes. They don't try to be heroes. Do everyday people won't do. They tell you smile when you are hurting. If you can laugh when you feel blue, then you can cry when you are happy, and the world will cry with you. If you can trust when trust is broken, and forgive along the way. If you can care when no one's watching, then a light will light your way. Heroes, we all need heroes.
Our special thanks to Kenny Rogers, another good sport participating in this morning's very soggy parade. Meanwhile, it's a sea of red, white, and blue as the 80 members of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy band strut their stuff, commandeered by Captain Kenneth Force. Force, not a bad name for a captain.
Pretty good.
Singing idol Monica, and the 1998 world champion New York Yankees Joe Torre, El Duque, and David Cohn, when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade marches on.
And we're back, and so is a grand old New York tradition. 8 members of the New York Police Department's mounted unit.
Katie, if you listen real carefully, you can hear the crowds about a block away cheering as a few of the Bronx Boys of Summer wind their way down Broadway. What?
Those would not be them.
No, those are not them. What a year for the Yankees. What a year for baseball. It's obviously back and bigger than ever. Meanwhile, the boys of humor are offering their silly salute to America's favorite pastime.
Flying close behind, the New York Sports Clubs furnishes balloons depicting the Big Three: baseball, football, and basketball.
A 4th balloon was scheduled, synchronized swimming, but they killed that at the last minute, although it'd be great for today.
That's true. That was a joke, ladies.
Very little bit of a joke. Looks like our world champion Yankees took their vitamins today with them to this parade. The Daily News furnishes us with the Big Apple float, which carries some members of a team many are calling the best in baseball history. They've certainly given new meaning to the words teamwork. The crowds are loving this. Some of the sensational stars of the record-breaking 98 world champion New York Yankees.
Manager Joe Torre has said it. Not one guy carried the team. All 25 players pulled it off. We should mention that our executive producer, Brad Lockman, has 2 children aboard this float.
Matt and Jeff are riding with the world champions, probably enjoying this.
If we ever want this gig again, we had to mention that.
Waving to the crowd, El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, who was rescued from a raft at sea after escaping Cuba. Believe it or not, 6 months later, he made his pitching debut with a $6.6 million contract. There's so many stories connected with this team of destiny. Who else is on that float, Katie?
Well, also is pitcher David Cohn, who ties for the most wins in the American League with 20. David had a great postseason, 2 wins and no losses. Hey, I could be a sportscaster.
Also aboard, Yanks ace relief pitcher Graham Lloyd. And our crowd is getting a close look at these four heroes representing the 1998 World Champions of Baseball. And they certainly played hard and with a lot of dignity. What a legacy they leave. The spirit marches on as Lieutenant Tony Giorgio and New York's finest cover the musical beat today. The NYPD marching band is side by side. They're glorified. And the avenue they're taking us to, 42nd Street. Bafo belly laughs. The funny firefighter brigade burns up Broadway with fire engine, fire truck, and that smoking outhouse. Katie, you'd think today's clowns were pros, but in fact, they're all Macy's employees who go through an intensive session of clown college for this event. You can imagine what a ball it must be for the clowns for a day, all 800 of them.
The fire brigade is one thing, but if you really want the job done, Matt, Stanley Alarm for Harold the Fireman, a recreation balloon from half a century ago. At 32 feet tall, this handsome Harry doesn't need a ladder to take on a towering inferno in a fourth-floor apartment. He's cute, isn't he? A bigger-than-life celebration, Haynes Hosiery furnishes the Party Time float, marking their 97th year.
That cake and all the trimmings is amazing. No wonder they invited recording artist who's got to feel 10 feet tall today. She had 2 #1 hits at the age of 14 before graduating from high school in her native Atlanta. Now she's all of 17 as she parties on with her big hit, Angel of Mine, teen recording star Monica.
I look at you, looking at me. Now I know why they say the best things are free. I'm gonna love you for you are so fine, angel of mine. How you changed my world, you never know. I'm different now. You help me grow. Came into my life, yeah. Boy, you showed me love. But boy, you're right on time. Angel of mine, oh mine. How you changed my world, you never know. I'm different now. You help me grow. I look at you, looking at me.
More clowning around to come, plus the Rugrats balloon, big stars, big bands, and the big man in red still ahead. Live here on NBC.
And welcome back, everybody. Look who's here, that man about Uptown. Al Roker has arrived here at Herald Square.
I did the backstroke.
How you doing? It was
Pretty
fun,
good.
wasn't it?
It's a lot of fun. I mean, nobody really cares about the weather out there. I mean, they're having a great time.
And is 2-week-old Leela Ruth Roker watching the first parade of her career?
Leela Ruth is watching right now with her mom, and we're having a great time.
Oh, good.
Well, it's nice to have you in our neck of the woods, Al. Meanwhile, back on Broadway, we're gearing up for the award-winning Brandon Valley High School Band. Some 200 awards, as a matter of fact. They also deserve one for salesmanship. They sold their South Dakota neighbors $75,000 worth of frozen pizzas, and that's a lot of pepperoni.
They also performed for President Clinton during a campaign stop in their hometown. Now Brandon goes Broadway with a medley from West Side Story under the direction of Bob Goheen.
our parade go to the dogs. It's the dog on patrol. And Macy's dog catcher, Edward Leon, who's really not much of a retriever. He should take some obedience traits from Macy's Shannon Prey. Her uptown doggy walkers are doing something right.
On the lookout for danger and adventures, it is the Rugrats, Macy's first three-character balloon. Their fearless leader, Tommy Pickles, his worrywart pal, Chucky, and providing transportation down Broadway, Tommy's dog, Spike. Spike's snout, by the way, is longer than 2 New York City taxi cabs.
Let me tell you guys, I know this show very well.
Oh, yeah.
The world of Rugrats is all about life from a baby's point of view. 1-year-old Tommy's slogan is, "We're babies. We're supposed to get in trouble. That's our job."
I like Scaredy Cat Chucky's favorite saying, when all else fails, just cry.
That's my philosophy. And Spike, well, he doesn't say anything. He's a dog, but he does take the Rugrats on some wonderful adventures. Like today's. This is their second trip to Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
A baby's got to do what a baby's got to do. Thanksgiving brings yet another adventure. The Rugrats movie, announcing the biggest event in Rugrats history. The birth of Tommy's new baby brother, Dill Pickles.
Love that name. And Continental Airlines furnishes Flights of Fancy, a float depicting the splendor and beauty of cities around the world. A rainbow bridge connects the continents with a globe of the earth high above. Below, we're about to connect to the Far East as the Taiko drummers and the Japanese Folk Dance Institute of New York takes us to another time through dance and rhythm, a custom for preserving generations of Japanese culture.
The debut of the Dexter Balloon and the legendary rock band Chicago await you. The holiday season starts with Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, live here on NBC.
And welcome back, everyone. Well, gentlemen. Oh, you guys, the big fella in red is getting closer.
Al and I have been waiting for this for 2.5 hours. It's what it's all about.
It's all about the big guy.
Still to come. But meanwhile, in Herald Square, there are 550 award-winning dancers getting ready for the year 2000. Here's Mike Miller's dance team all fired up with a hip-hop jump and jive routine. A special salute to the millennium staged by Lisa Fortenberry and Laura Davis.
Meanwhile, propelling himself down Broadway, the picture of braininess in his smart horn-rimmed glasses is our third debut balloon, Dexter. Dexter, furnished by the Cartoon Network.
And as millions of fans of Dexter's Laboratory know, this boy genius splits time battling his pesky older sister Dee Dee and creating out-of-this-world inventions in his fantastic bedroom lab.
Like that double booster rocket pack he's sporting, very 21st century. Looks like our super wise whiz kids trying to blast off Balloon Dexter's as wide as Skylab, our first space station.
Dexter, though, not only has brains, Katie, he has brawn as well. He can free lift 640 pounds.
Wow, sounds like you two. He may be pumped up about his high IQ. Well, but the fact is, there was a joke there. Dexter has his balloon buddies beat when it comes to the highest volume of helium, 21,700 cubic feet.
Dexter's a very funny cartoon on Cartoon Network.
You're a big fan?
Yes, Dexter, and he's my little sister, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, get out, you stupid girl.
You ever get the feeling Al likes cartoons just a little too much?
He has a little too much free time on
That's
his
right.
hands.
And his co-star is his super monkey.
Oh, is that right?
That's right, another part of Dexter's Laboratory.
Well, I'll have to check him out on the Cartoon Network.
You know, during their week in New York, our bands go to Broadway shows, Liberty Island, probably to Radio City Music Hall. But Colorado's Arapahoe High Band will take home a special memory. Their wind ensemble played Carnegie Hall this past Sunday.
Which had to be a great thrill. Now director Ed Canava's Warrior Marching Band blazes down Broadway with Star Trek Voyager.
People have to be extremely excited by this parade experience. Now, the downside is they did have to get up at 3 a.m. for rehearsal, but they probably shouldn't complain about that to us.
No, we know all about that.
Yeah, we can relate, kind of.
Yeah, sort of.
But I think including Carnegie Hall, in the trip is really outstanding. So you folks back in Littleton, Colorado, you have to get ready for some terrific New York stories. You're going to hear a lot of them.
Meanwhile, the parade chugs along with bells and whistles and some puffs of smoke. Making the trek all the way from the North Pole, it's the Santaland Express, furnished by Oshkosh B'gosh.
This recreation steam train with its coal car full of kids and gifts signals the start of the holiday season. And right on track with Let It Snow from their 25th and first ever Christmas album, the legendary rock and roll band, Chicago.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight. Oh, 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 oh. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I've been wrong. The fire is slowly dying. Dear, it's still goodbye. Long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, let it
Addams Family, Quick Bunny Balloon, the Pointer Sisters, the debut of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and the man in the sleigh, Santa, just down the road, when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade continues.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying the parade from cozy quarters somewhere. It's raining, of course, and it's actually a pretty mild 54 degrees in Herald Square. This family, of course, would like the weather to be a little chillier. The Fox Family Channel furnishes Snow Family Holiday, Macy's first animated balloon. It would take a long time to build snow people like these, like all winter. Their combined height is 60 feet, and ooh, who are they?
And just below is certainly no Icy Nicey family, more of a spooky ooky one. After hiding away in their cold and old haunts for some years, the new Addams Family has flown like a bat back to television.
Da-da-da-da. 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 Da-da-da-da.
Now that cold-blooded brood puts us in a ring-a-ding-ding holiday mood. The new Addams Family.
A jing-a-ling-ling, a ring-a-ling-ling, Addams Family, sing, sing.
The night before Christmas in our gloomy house, a cold, loving feeling is lurking about.
Singing those carols that fill us with woe. You look so bewitching, who needs mistletoe?
A ring-a-ling-ling, a jing-a-ling-ling, a ring-a-ling-ling, Addams Family, sing, sing.
The Yuletide spirit's upon us this year. We'll get a bad name for spreading good cheer.
The world looks so peaceful, a bone-chilling sight. Goodwill to all,
And to all a good fright.
A ring-a-ling-ling, a jing-a-ling-ling, a ring-a-ling-ling, Addams Family, sing, sing.
After we hang up the bats on the tree, we'll dig up the gifts for the whole family.
this horrible joy gives me some appetite. So take off your scarf and let's go for a bite.
A ring-a-ling-ling, a jing-a-ling-ling, a ring-a-ling-ling, Addams Family, sing, sing.
Well, he just keeps playing and playing and playing. On videotape, the March Hare himself, Quick Bunny, furnished by Nestle USA.
Katie, we've seen some pretty smart band outfits today, but this hip-hop hair styling with his bright green jacket, complete with gold epaulets. He might like the city's quick pace, but to call New York home, he'd need a high-rise hutch 7 stories tall, and he'd have to pass the co-op board and pay maintenance. It wouldn't be fun.
And of course, in Manhattan, that's a lot of lettuce. Ooh. That was Matt's line, but
I let you have it because I didn't think it was funny.
It was a clunker.
You should have let him take that line.
Take that line, please. Meanwhile, the Redland High Marching Band is a traffic stopper from the word go. Get this, they have a New York traffic and pedestrian theme. The group's color guard is attired in women's business suits. The flags are traffic signs. I say we just give this group a citation for originality.
Ooh, that's the ticket. I'll second that. Let's watch Lewisberry, Pennsylvania's Patriot Marching Band as they drive and strut, policed by band director Frank Schreiner.
Like our other bands, this Lewisberry, Pennsylvania group worked very hard to get here today. They sold pizza, candy, and subs, which they probably call hoagies
Yes,
in
or
Pennsylvania.
grinder.
That's right. And they've also just sold an incredible number with a lot of flair and creativity.
I was just checking my watch, and the question is, can the man in red be far behind? Take a look who's dashing down Broadway.
A superstar of the season and a first-time falloon in Macy's parade. Lighting Santa's way with his nose so bright is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, furnished by Good Times Entertainment.
He's a real heart stealer, Al and Matt. He turns to the crowd, his nose lights up. Who'd expect less from that reindeer who's gone down in history after all? On top of everything, he has a very good agent. Rudolph stars in a new animated holiday home video, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the movie.
And having a merry time with Rudolph and Santa's elves are three women whose vibrant vocals always spread good cheer. You can enjoy them in the Rudolph movie, too. And right now they're playing his song and singing it. Ruth, Anita, and June, the Pointer Sisters.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Sleigh tonight. Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
We'll be back with bells on, Heaven There, country star Kevin Sharp, and the arrival of St. Nick when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade returns. NBC's telecast of Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is being sponsored in part by Volvo. Volvo reminds you to drive safely. And by Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
And welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. Discover Card furnishes Annabelle's Wish, the classic animated musical home video about a little calf whose wish is to fly like Santa's reindeer.
Also at the heart of the story is Billy, a little boy in need of a miracle. Annabelle's Wish helps support the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Aboard the float, country recording star and Make-A-Wish survivor, Kevin Sharp.
Kevin himself was a Make-A-Wish child, and his wish to make music sustained him through a long healing process. Singing If You Believe from the soundtrack, Kevin Sharp.
If you believe in the song inside you, you'll find the voice to sing. If you believe in your dreams to guide you, you can do anything. If you can open your heart, then you can start to be completely free. If you believe in yourself, it's easy to believe in me. This time of year, in the cold of old December, songs of the past help us to remember. If you believe in the song inside you, you'll find the voice to sing.
That was moving, wasn't it? Meanwhile, I've been making out my Christmas list, and here's a cute little guy I want in my stocking. Joining Santa at Herald Square every year is Evan Bear, furnished by John Deere.
Now, I agree, he's cute, Katie, but little. At 58 feet high, Evan can just about peek through the 7th floor window of Macy's children's department. That candy cane he's clutching would take an ordinary bear most of the winter to polish off. It alone is 18 feet long.
With winter around the corner, Evan's about to head back into hibernation. He himself is the size of a cabin in the Berkshires. Evan consumes 19,000 cubic feet of helium. It would take a circle of 40 children to give colossally cuddly Evan a bear hug. Make that 41, kids. I'm definitely in.
And guys, by the way, John Deere furnished all of today's gators, which help keep our balloons on track. We need those in the office.
Definitely. They look like fun. Believing is what the holidays are all about. And guys, I do believe Santa has entered the square. The big man in red is played on by the Big Red Marching Machine from Illinois State University.
Under the direction of Dan Ferris, the pride of Illinois spreads the news we've been waiting to hear, that Santa Claus is coming to town.
Marching Machine breaks ranks to reveal the man of the moment. Santa has definitely come to town, and so has the 1998 holiday season.
It is official now. Broadway's going wild. So's Herald Square. The blizzard of confetti has put people into a holiday mood. I'm going to go out and start my Christmas shopping. I haven't even finished last year's shopping yet.
Santa is some sight, dashing through the snow in that sleigh shaped like a snow goose. Those not so tiny reindeer are more than twice my size, and they're all hand sculpted. It's beautiful.
And you know, those kids dressed as gnomes and elves and presents and Christmas tree. That's something to tell your friends about.
is one good-looking Santa Claus. And Matt, of course, his arrival, Al, means the holidays are definitely here. So I want to know, and so does Al, how was your first parade?
I am having balloon withdrawal already. I mean, this has been fantastic. I know that you have done this for many years, but I really enjoyed taking the trip with you and Al. And, of course, this is probably a good time to thank everybody at home for watching. We hope you had a good time.
Well, I'm sure they loved every minute of it. How could you not, right, Al?
I'll tell you, for some reason each year the parade seems to be the best one yet. They top it each year.
Talk about a fun way to spend Thanksgiving morning. I'm with you, Al, and you, Matt. Woohoo! I can't wait for Macy's Parade 1999. So for Matt Lauer, Al Roker, Don Pardo, Macy's, and NBC, to you and yours, a warm, happy, and healthy Thanksgiving. And to all, a so long.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays from Macy's and NBC. This is Don Pardo speaking.